right, we've got WDW News today bringing us this way. Rock and Roller Coaster currently has the longest wait time in all of Walt Disney World Resort. Of course, this is back on the final day of Rock and Roller Coaster, and I hear that this was not handled well. Just to skip ahead of the end story on this one, apparently they closed Rock and Roller Coaster on its final day earlier than the park, and people who were not already past a certain point were kicked out of line. I mean, you talk about unpleasant, unfun. Usually, I mean, this ride has been here since '99. People want to ride it one last time. Give them a chance. If you've got to stay up until midnight, whatever. It's a classic attraction. By the way, I was there the very first day Rock and Roller Coaster opened, and I don't know if Jim Shull, the Imagineer who worked on this one a lot, he's been posting. I don't know if he was there that same day. I like to think that our paths crossed at that point, but I was there at Hollywood Studios on the very first day that they ran the guest previews. And I remember getting into there, and people didn't know they were going to do this. They just opened it. And I remember riding it, and I got off, and the Imagineers and cast members there were all standing and applauding as we got off. And then we had to take surveys. And one of the questions was the music too loud? And I can tell you that from day one, the music was way louder than it turned out to be later on. They turned it down. So apparently some of those surveys, people said, too loud for me. But when it opened that first day, let me tell you, they were using that sound system full blast. It says on its final day in operation, Rock and Roller Coaster starring Aerosmith had the longest wait time of any attraction at Walt Disney World. It says that Rock and Roller Coaster got up to 115 minutes. That's not even close, though. It actually got to 3 hours and more. 3 hours and more. And Rock and Roller Coaster, the line was all the way down Sunset Boulevard. You can see some pictures here of the rush, but let me tell you, by the end of the day, it was almost to the entrance of the attraction or of the park. Now, today, we've got a new image here on the map, and we can see the new logo for Rock and Roller Coaster with more loopy design, I would say. And it says, starring the Muppets, Rock and Roller Coaster now closed, New Disney's Hollywood Studios map. This is out of www.info.com by Chloe Ferreira. And you can see it there. I continue to be disappointed that this is a villains theater. If we're going to do a Muppets courtyard here, and we could, this should be Muppet Vision. Just put the Muppet Vision stuff back in here and let's do Muppet Vision. And then you'll have two Muppet attractions side by side, a Muppets courtyard. Look how popular this show is. Even with Seth Rogen on Disney Plus. Let's do it. But I, for one, I got to tell you, I'm going to miss the original Rock and Roller Coaster. It holds a special place to me. In my younger years, one of my favorite attractions, maybe my favorite attraction, and I could ride it over and over and over. I love how smooth it is, and I'm going to miss tremendously. They need to keep this. If I know Aerosmith's gone, find a way. Pay Steven Tyler what are you going to pay? He should still do the countdown 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That should stay forever. MJ, you agree with that? Maybe Steven Tyler continues to be the countdown guy, even though the Muppets are there. I don't want Kermit. I don't want doesn't sound like Kermit yelling 5, 4, 3. No, I don't want that. I want Steven Tyler.
No, I agree with you. Aerosmith. That's a great band, and that ride was so much fun. It did rattle a little bit. Some people feel like it was too jerky, so they didn't, go on it. But I always had a great time. Me and my daughters always enjoyed that ride, and it's very nostalgic. And it's just a shame because now with the turnover of the Muppet theming, not everybody's going to be able to enjoy the Muppets, right? Because that's like the only attraction now we'll have with the Muppets being featured. But families with littles won't be able to enjoy that attraction, enjoy it as you would think. They have probably child swap, but it's just it's not really like your family. It's more of a thrill ride. Remember, this ride, when it opened, it was to kind of give you that thrill of what when Universal Studios opened, Disney MGM Studios was kind of threatened. They were like, well, we need to have a thrill ride, right? So that's why this thing came about. It's funny how they kind of put it together. They didn't expect it to be, so popular the way it became, but it is a staple of MGM Studios, and it's a really sad thing to see it go away. And I know that it was a riot over the weekend. People were just not behaving, being rude to cast members. Never be rude to cast members. They're not the ones in charge or making decisions on things closing or construction or anything like that. They're just there to do their job and to go home when they're done. So please be courteous to the cast members. But that's probably why it had 3 hour long waits. It doesn't shock me. It was a great ride.
Mo, there's another thing I hope stays, and that is the marble doors. Are you familiar with the marble doors, Mo?
Ooh, nah, I can't say I am right offhand. I apologize.
Mo, they're the perfect way to spread germs through a theme park. It's a door. I don't know if you know this, Mo. It's a door, and it's got these little slots, and every single slot is filled with a marble, okay? Like little marble you used to play marbles with, And so you can go to that door and you roll your hand over the marbles and it makes sound, and the marbles, move and spin. And so kids would go and just do that. I mean, it's a great effect. But it's also like, it should be sponsored by Germex. I hope that stays, Mo. I really, those are the kinds of things that we need more of. High touch, I say. High touch in the parks. Mo, your thoughts on switching a roller coaster that was based on a rock band now to the Muppets, and how's that going to play out? You think that can work, or do you think this is going to be like not Jim Henson Muppets, sort of cheaply overlaid? It opens real soon. It's only going to be down for about 4 months.
That's kind of an odd switch. I don't know, but the one way they can ingratiate themselves to me is to just have a permanent front car with Kermit going, yeah. Then I would be down.
That's great.
I would be in the rock and roller coaster. There's a nickel's worth of free advice, Disney. So, but
I love the idea of his arms like the inflatable tube man's. Just going. All right, that's a great idea. Culture, you in now? Did that change your mind? Have you been swayed?
No.
All right, there's a theater next to it, Culture. It's filled with villains. Nobody likes it. Nobody goes to see it. It actually hurts the desire to go see Villains Land when it opens. Culture, it would not be difficult for them to get rid of the villains and put Muppet Vision back in right there, and they've got a Muppet Courtyard. Why will Josh D'Amaro not go ahead and do that and just give the people what they want?
I'm really not sure what the infrastructure looks like in this part of the park. I think they'd need to run the significant number of nitrogen lines in order to provide the compressed gas that they would need for the animatronics for that theater. That'd be.
Now, wait a minute. They've only got Waldorf and Statler, or whatever. Waldorf and Statler. Statler and Waldorf. There we go. Hey, pro, get it figured out. And the penguins, right? That's the only animatronics in that show. Well, I guess they get the cannon in the back.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain things powered by different types of materials. Understood. And they could certainly swap out an electric motor for moving the cannon. But I don't think you really have to maybe do an additional investment to make, the two grumpy old men work really well. But regardless, set all that aside. I don't think it would take a lot of effort. I think you're correct. And I think that you would have to put in some of the 4D effects, right?
You're not allowed to say it that way, Culture. You didn't say it right. You got to say 4D or something like that.
Well, look, okay.
3D.
So the only upside that I can see here for this is we're going to get Animal is part of this attraction. So he's going to be like, Animal! That could definitely be the launch signal. Right?
You're just proud that you beat me in the impression contest. I don't have a good animal, and there's no way I can match that. And that was the coolest voice anybody's done all day.
Well, and I love Animal is my favorite character. He could also do the countdown, but could you imagine, that would be the launch? Here's the problem I have. Most of the Muppets songs are not rock and roll driven. They're not beat driven. Like moving right along, chug-a-lug, that's not going to sync well with the roller coaster. And you have to remember, I mean, they synced multiple tunes with the coaster's performance. So I feel like, what are you going to do? What are you going to play at the audience? What's the onboard audio system going to give you? You can't
we ride it. The coaster connection.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. It doesn't that song's not upbeat enough. It's like, and I love it. That's one of my favorite songs. But
what Culture? What if I told you that what they've planned is terrible? You don't know. I see you don't know this. Are you ready? Word on the street, Culture. Word on the Sesame Street is that the plan is to have the Electric Mayhem cover songs that are popular right now.
Oh no!
In pop music.
No. Do you know why Aerosmith worked? Do you know why Aerosmith worked? Because
why?
Because at the time this coaster was built, it was already nostalgic.
You don't want Dr. Teeth singing "Love in an Elevator"?
No.
You don't want Janice from the Electric Mayhem singing a Sabrina Carpenter song?
Oh goodness, no. Look, and this is the problem with modern pop culture references when it comes down to it, especially modern music. This thing lasts longer in the public zeitgeist, maybe slightly longer than an egg timer. It's like once these artists disappear and their songs disappear, nobody cares anymore. None of these things are the songs of our time, our generations were storytelling songs. They were built around like telling a story within the song. They had references to things that were more complex, and so the poetry and the deftness with which those songs were written made them last longer. It's why kids are going back. One of the most popular niches on YouTube right now is kids going back and watching the older rock performances. People are discovering Toto. They're discovering the Moody Blues. They're discovering ELO. Heck, they're even discovering
culture. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah. So this thing will not connect very long with any audience. They're going to have to update this. Do you know, it's the same success that was Rip Ride Rocket, right? Was like you had a jukebox of tunes to pull from. This is not going to be like that.
The Muppets will be doing Bad Bunny with Bean Bunny culture.
I pray to God they do not. Oh my gosh. That
Bean Bunny as Bad Bunny. You know that's going to be a poster in there.
Poor Bean.
Poor Bean.
I'm running away.
Okay.
That was good.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. So Rock and Roller Coaster switching to the Muppets. I think they should have gone with the rumor that we had heard where they were going to go with, a different band. Culture, had you heard the different band they were going to go with that was a historic band, not the Beatles? Do you remember that band that they were going to maybe go with?
What was it, the Stones?
No, not the Stones. Oh. You're not far off, though. Bohemian Rhapsody. What band?
Queen.
Yeah.
Queen would have worked.
Wow.
Queen would have worked from the very beginning because again, a lot of up-tempo songs, a lot of up-tempo music, and theming inside the coaster you could be redesigned to be a little bit more energetic as well. I don't like the cardboard, standees that they have, around the attraction.
Culture. Imagine if the attraction was changed so that you were getting in a limousine time machine that was going to take you back to a Queen concert. And that you would never have to update it. It's just a great attraction. It can stand for 30 years.
Bohemian Rhapsody alone would be incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I have but one request.
Uh-oh.
If we're on a roller coaster, let's not play Who Wants to Live Forever. That might put me in the wrong mood. I might be afraid. So.
Mo, you're always the champion.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.